101-year-old Edmonton widow says she's going up against the Rotary Foundation of Canada over a donation worth tens of millions of dollars. The widow says the Rotary is stalling the court process, preventing the money from being shared among other charities. The organization argues that's not true. With more, here's Nicole Lampa.
Every year, he'd take my hand and say, "Tyke, it's going to be Tyke." We made it another year.
Mary McEachern says her late husband Stephen's care for others extended to the less fortunate. He grew up poor in Edmonton and made his fortune working with the Investors Group. He initially wanted to give his $40 million estate to the Rotary Foundation of Canada after being a member for several years, writing this in his will in November 2019. McEachern says he changed his mind during the pandemic after watching local organizations struggle.
All of a sudden he said to me, "I don't want to give any more money to Rotary. I've given them enough. And there are so many needy people in our own part of the world."
McEachern says her husband's health soon deteriorated and he was unable to change his will before he died in September 2020.
The last thing I was thinking about around about that time was anything other than worrying a little about the fact that he appeared weaker.
McEachern says her husband's last wish was to share their $40 million estate with the Rotary Foundation of Canada and 17 other charities, both national and local. She says this request was put forward to the Rotary, a request she says was denied and is now before the courts.
I never had a chance to talk to Rotary. All I heard was what was told me by lawyers.
Rotary says it was first notified 18 months after Stephen McEachern died, and it didn't know until then that it was named the sole recipient of the McEachern estate.
At that particular time, we were also advised that Mrs. McEachern was challenging the will, that there was already legal action being taken, litigation in place.
Rotary says the delay in court is a result of changes in McEachern's legal team. It also says it turned down a $13 million settlement from McEachern because of a lack of information about the estate's true worth to determine if all the taxes were paid or if there was any debt.
So we had to say to them, sorry, we can't accept the settlement at this moment until we understand exactly what we're settling on.
Both sides say they'd like to talk about this without lawyers. Rotary says it just wants all the information on the table.
Have a discussion.
Oh, yes, I think that would be a good idea if we could meet and talk.
Yes, Rotary does not want to be doing business through a court of law. We sit down, we have conversations.
Rotary says it's waiting for pertinent information before its legal team can move forward. McEachern's family says as far as they know, all the documents have been provided, with every opportunity given to review financials and outstanding matters. Nicole Lampa, CTV News, Edmonton.